bet your hair ain't even real. Be quiet.
We're gonna talk about that tonight. Matter of fact.
Why? Did somebody say they thought it was like some toupee?
My hair?
Yeah.
So we'll get into that in a few minutes. So what do you think about the Illuminati, Ricky? Are you going to join the Illuminati?
Will it bring us fame and fortune?
No.
You know, if we could get our likes up,
I have fame and fortune without that.
I'll join the Illuminati
I have
if they'll
fame
give
and fortune without that.
if they'll give me my likes. Give me likes. I need what 2,000 more likes, 2,000 likes, and 2,000 watchtowers.
No.
Yeah, I'll join
you. You
you.
gonna sacrifice me? That's
I'll sacrifice her.
Punk.
Whatever it takes.
Like take him.
I need my likes up.
You already have
So
friends
speaking of which, you guys are not liking anything on YouTube. I need you to like it because nobody's gonna watch it.
Go
they might not watch it anyway, but
like it, share it,
save it, download it, bootleg it.
bootleg it.
But,
it's always better when it's bootlegged.
So yeah, so she's watching the Illuminati, and she's like sending me these videos.
And now I know he's not watching them. Apparently,
I didn't watch none of them, to be honest.
See if I watched something you sent me.
No, okay, I watched. I tried to watch it. It was like terrible. It was like unwatchable.
It's on TikTok.
Yeah, she was sending me these TikToks, and
it's just like little short clips versus like it explains it in like 2 minutes versus like a whole hour or something.
I mean, these were like people that I would never listen to in real life.
They were interesting.
I just skipped to the last one, and then that was it.
It's like when you talked about your friend being abducted about aliens. That was fun.
That was really good. That was good. I thought that was our best video so far. So if you didn't see it, guys, you got to check it out. It's called Aliens. And one of our other previous things.
And it's true story.
I was there. Me and my buddy, we left the club, and I was driving on a motorcycle. He was driving in a car, and he just disappeared the next day. And I was looking for Keith, and he never showed up. And he walks in the door like 15 minutes later, and we're like, where were you? And then he said he was abducted by aliens. Anyway, so if you want to hear that story, look for it on YouTube. I'll do stuff on YouTube, and he'll tell you about he's
put his reputation on the line. This is not a lie, y'all. This is real. This is real dude stuff.
And mind you, this guy, I hadn't talked to him in like 15 years, and out of the blue. So we're sitting here just like we are now. And then I was like, I'm going to call him and put him on the air. This was like one of our first shows. It might have been the first show.
I think it was the first show.
And so I called him and then had him talk about the story. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, he didn't skip a beat. He just picked up. He didn't say, what are you talking about? No, that was just joking. He literally he didn't skip a beat. He's starting to tell the whole story like Gavin had just told me. So that's just weird because both of them are telling the same story and they haven't talked to each other in 15 years.
But that's a good story. So that leads us into, since we're talking about crazy stuff, so there's a new show coming out on Netflix called Sexy Beast. And Sexy Beast is about, it's a dating show where you have to dress up in like a what would you say?
Like mask?
It's a mask, but it's like a full head
Like it's like a Halloween
mask. Like a Halloween mask. You cover
your
whole head.
Whole body's covered in whatever costume.
Like a Goofy outfit. You know Goofy like on what's that show? Goofy and Donald Duck.
Yeah.
And, like you got a Donald Duck head, Goofy head.
Welcome to the strangest blind date ever.
Hey, how you doing? Damn, how you doing?
Could you fall in love with someone based on personality alone?
What is your ideal woman?
Personality for me is everything.
Like that. And then you go on a date.
I'm jealous. I wish we had came up with that idea. I think that's a brilliant idea. It really shows what type of person you are. Like, are you going to just be about the looks? Like, after you've gotten to know each other and you actually like each other, and then you take it off and you're like, ew, I don't like you, and look like a very, what do you call it, vain person?
So that's the purpose of it. It's supposed to come out, I think, this weekend. I'm not exactly sure the date. I should have wrote that down, but I was busy. But anyways, that comes out. It should be a good show.
Good. That's a new one I can watch.
On Netflix, called Sexy Beast. So you guys check that out.
Yeah, check that out. I'm gonna check that out.
And Double Dutch.
You can double
Oh
dutch
my
still?
gosh.
I remember you and them girls used to double dutch.
Yes, I can.
How long have y'all gone back? Like little girl bow
Her?
days or something?
Yeah, I knew her since she was a child.
Wow, that's a long
Child.
time. I never could double dutch. My big feet.
I could never double dutch either, but I just watched the girls double dutch.
Of course you did.
But yeah.
He just watched everything shake.
I know,
everything-
right?
Shoot, y'all didn't have nothing shaking back then.
I sure didn't.
Yeah, you can have.
It's like I just want to see. I
Well,
want to see
none
what's
of
on
them
the
did
skirt.
back then. You guys didn't even hit puberty then.
Well, that was like, oh, what? Well, when did I meet you? 17, 18, 19?
Oh, you? No, it was way before then. Because my sisters used to babysit Celia, so if you're being babysat, then that was you have to be not even a teenager. I imagine. I don't know though.
What can you still do that you used to do? as
You
a
know,
child?
since we're talking about that, so I thought I used to be a break dancer, believe it or not, and I thought I could
Yes.
break. I thought I could still break
I would
dance,
love to see that.
and I tried that. I almost broke my arm, so I haven't done it since.
Oh my gosh! When's the last time you tried it?
That was like 15 years ago. I tried 15 years ago,
Oh my god!
and about broke my arm, so I never done it after
So
that.
where did you learn the breaking that from?
Do you know?
No,
Do you know that?
I never
Oh.
knew that.
Yeah, I used to be a break dancer.
Yeah, shoot, you don't even dance now. You don't even get up and do anything.
Yeah, I don't dance too much. But
You
yeah.
might break a leg. You might break a hip.
Yeah, I used to do that. Did you know me back then, Ricky?
Yes, I remember you doing it.
Oh, okay.
Really? Was he good?
I don't remember. I just know that he did.
Was he a ladies' man?
Yeah.
Oh, was he? Oh my
I
god!
think
I
so.
saw pictures of him back then. He looked good back then. Yeah, he had the muscles, the cool guy look thing going on.
Anyways, we're gonna move on.
He's good.
I had said something to you in a text message how you looked like you was getting a little thin on top.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that wasn't the segue I was looking
It always
for.
does
From
that.
back from Ohio to Virginia, and we're in West Virginia, and we hit a deer on a motorcycle. That was actually Michael Fears. So if you look in the forum for Michael Fears, and he's talking about the motorcycle that he loaned me, and I hit a deer on. I'm the guy.
Well,
he's
so what
talking
happened to the
about.
motorcycle?
I mean, it had some damage, but it wasn't. It was still workable. In fact, the next time I seen him, then he got the motorcycle back, and because first so what happened was, I was in school, and when I moved to Ohio, when I first moved to Ohio, as soon as I got there, literally as soon as I got there, somebody ran into me, a hit and run, and totaled my car. So I didn't have a car. So I'm walking, catching buses, and I was going to school. And so to get to school, it was in, you know where Celia lives, Ricky, and like in Hilliard. Is it Hilliard?
Of course.
Okay, so it was over near Hilliard where I went to school. I mean, I lived in German Village, so I had to catch a bus downtown. Then I had to transfer to another bus, and then the other bus to pick me up was like on a delay, so it would be 45 minutes. So I'm waiting 45 minutes to get on that bus to go to another bus to go to Hilliard because I didn't have a car.
I get jet lag from that.
Anyways, long story short, I met Mike. It was like winter out there. I'm freezing every day, going to school freezing. And then finally we became friends, and then he started picking me up. I think he started picking me up from school because he liked my sister. So I lived with my sister at the time.
Go sister.
In German Village, in that apartment that Ricky, you've been there before, in that apartment. And so he wanted to see he wanted to see my sister. So he would come over and pick me up. Anyways, long story short, then in the spring he got a motorcycle, but then he didn't have nobody to ride with. So he loaned me his motorcycle, and he bought a second motorcycle. So anyways, we started riding, and then that's how that happened. And anyways.
So what happened to Bambi? Do you remember?
Oh, he died. He died. I mean, yeah, he tried to kill me. He tried to kill me.
You should be watching for him.
No, I'm driving on my road in my lane. I'm in my lane, driving, minding my own.
Now we know what
business.
happened. Really, it's a Bambi.
And then
in the
this
movie.
deer comes out, and I see him there. He's like standing on the side of the road. I'm going like 55 miles an hour, and I'm watching him. And first I was going like 70, and I slowed down, and then right about 55, I'm watching him to make sure he don't come out in the road. And then at the last minute, he tries to cross the road, and then I hit him. And then he came up over top of me like this, and he pooped all over me, everywhere. It was everywhere. It was nasty. And we're like in the middle of West Virginia.
So you had to drive with like poop all over you?
Yeah.
How'd you get back?
We rode the bike, but I mean, my lights were busted out, so I couldn't see. It was dark. It was horrible.
You guys are the craziest thing. You talk about me?
It was horrible.
That deer must have been like depressed or something. You like jump out in front of you.
I was depressed. I was depressed.
Wow, what a story.
So we were talking about stories from our childhood, and then I was bringing up one where this guy, his mother used to always comb his hair all the way back, and then his forehead would be exposed. He had this great big forehead. He didn't really have a big forehead, but his hair would normally cover his forehead, like most people. But because his mom would brush his hair back, his forehead would always be sticking up like a headlight. And then his name was Butchie Bass. You might know him, Ricky.
Butchie Bass.
But so anyways, every time we see somebody with a big forehead, we call him a Butchie Bass. Like, look at that Butchie Bass. It was funny.
My God.
It was funny at the
Y'all
time.
mean kids. Mean.
So that was one of the stories from my childhood. And then there was this other one. I'm going to tell you this other story. So then this was actually older. As I got older and I went to clubs and stuff. I went to this club downtown in Richmond. And there's this guy, every time he owned the club, his name, well, I'll get to his name in a minute. I don't know should I say his name? I won't say his name.
Bleep.
I'll just tell you his last name. And if you know him, then you'll know him. Anyways, so we would go to the club and, and he'd always let me in. For some reason, he liked me. I don't really know why, but he would let me in free and let me jump the line, whatever. And he would always look at my hair, He'd look at my hair. I had better hair than I have now, but he'd look at my hair, and I thought he had good hair. He had good hair, nice hair, flowing hair.
Yeah,
Fabio-looking guy and stuff. And so, anyways,
how many boy?
I mean, I didn't think anything about it. But then one day we sat down at the bar, and he bought me a drink, and he owned the club, and he's talking. He wasn't gay or nothing. He had girls. I mean,
he just admired your hair.
Yeah,
guys can do that too.
But his hair was better than mine, so
maybe he's looking at competition.
I don't know. It wasn't that, because he had plenty of women and he had money, and the club was his, and heart to heart. And he's like, so tell me, where'd you get your hair? I'm like,
where'd you get your hair?
What are you talking about?
I grew it out of my head.
My hair is real. My hair is real. My hair is real, by the way. So this is real hair. This is real hair.
You having a good hair day today.
My hair is real. So anyway, he starts talking about hair. I guess he thought my hair was fake. And
he's thinking about it, make a pretty wig.
Yeah,
how much for it?
So then I said to him,
is you should give it to somebody that don't know any better, because that's a Fugazi. All right?
That's a Fugazi? How do you know it's a Fugazi? You looked at it for 2 seconds.
What, it's a fake?
Yeah, I know what a Fugazi is.
This is my hair. He looks at me. Oh, really? And then he starts telling me about his hair. He's like, well, I also own this hair transplant company.
Oh, really?
And he told me his hair was fake.
Like transplanted on him?
Yeah, it's transplanted on him. And I'm like, okay.
So yeah, he might be secretly hating. Like,
No,
I wish I had my hair like that without implanting it. He could be secretly hating. He's a secret hater. Secret admirer.
So I was like, so anyway. All right, I'm gonna tell you. I can't tell you his name, right? I can't say that, right?
No, just make up one.
Okay, so Well, his last name was Fugazi, right? His name was Mr. Fugazi.
Fugazi.
Mr. Fugazi had this nice hair. And anyway, so
Okay, suave hair.
so then one day, my friends and I were getting together, and we had this video. We made this video in this hot tub. It was
What in the world?
This was back in the day. We wanted to make a funny video like Dude Stuff, and it was going to be a series where we just get in the hot tub, called Hot Tub Stories. So we got in this hot tub, and then we would sit around there and get drunk, and then we'd talk about stories. And so anyways, we were talking about that, and I was like, yeah. And then we started talking about the hair dude, the transplant dude. And then my friend was like messing with his hair. He's like messing with his hair. He's like, yeah, this is my Fugazi weave.
Oh
I got a Fugazi weave. And then somebody, somehow or another, Fugazi, I don't know if it's in Italian or something, it means fake. So this is Fugazi weave.
Oh
Fake
my
weave.
God.
And that's the guy's name is Fugazi.
Fugazi.
So, and anyways, it was funny.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was funny. So yeah, that was it. He said he had his patented Fugazi weave. It was funny. You had to see it. I'm gonna try to find that video. I might have it as a video. It might be like 8mm or something, and I might splice it in here and then show you that
That'd be cool.
back in the day. But anyways, so that's about the Fugazi weave and the Butchie Bass. The Butchie Bass.
That's what I got.
And
I
the
got it.
Fugazi
Butchie
weave.
Bass.
The Fugazi.
Fugazi wig.